My name is Dustin Phillips. This is Claire, and this is Roscoe. And this is my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna try to teach you how to play lead guitar. You know what I mean? Because most teachers will teach you chords. The chords are fun and all, but there's nothing like putting on a backing track and just ripping it up and having a blast. You know what I mean? So what you can expect to find. You will find the first thing I want you to do is the pentatonic scale. You learn that, you get that under your belt, and then you move on to the playlist of the diatonic scale. You can be a good guitar player. You can be one of the greatest if you want to. That's if you want to. All right. So in today's video, this is part 2 of the using the diatonic with pentatonic. So I'm gonna cut straight to it. First video, C sharp minor. We use the first mode of the minor pentatonic and the Aeolian in conjunction. Today, we're going to be using the 5th mode of the pentatonic and the Locrian in conjunction. So, without further ado, this is what it's going to look like. So, C sharp, right here. Aeolian mode, right? And the first mode of the pentatonic. Right, we're going to use those two, and remember after the pentatonic, if you go back 1, right, mode 5, right, also right there is Locrian. Now this, it's kind of tricky. It's tricky for me, so it's probably tricky for you. If not, kudos. So, I'm going to use the Locrian here. We're going to use, sorry, not the Locrian, the Mixolydian. Right, Mixolydian is what we're going to use right here. So, how we're going to do this is we're just going to jump in between the two, pentatonic and diatonic. We're going to assign the top 3 strings pentatonic and the bottom 3 strings diatonic. So, I'll just kind of play it kind of nice and easy. So you see how I assigned the top 3 strings as pentatonic and the bottom 3 strings as diatonic. It's a good way to practice, you know, and then you can switch those around, mix and match, because eventually you want to be able to have 3 sounds. You want to have the pentatonic sound, you want to have the diatonic sound, and then you want to have the sounds mixed in between. And that's where your own sound comes into play, because this is a interpretation of, so the pentatonic and diatonic are very cut and dry in what they are, you know, but you can mix them together and get a different interpretation, which is your sound, you know what I mean? It takes a long time to get, because you have to be very fluent in both languages, I guess you could say, to make your own out of it. But in time, it will come, as long as you just practice it. And just the path that I followed was just putting on backing tracks and just playing any kind of style that comes on random in any key you know, and just practice, making it up as I go, using these scales in increasingly more practical and pragmatic ways. Think simplicity, think this is how it should go, or don't think this looks cool. Because if you're doing it to make it look cool, it won't sound cool. It may sound kind of cool, but it would sound cooler if you're not trying to make it look cool. Because only other people can call you cool. You can't call yourself cool. The act of calling yourself cool is in fact uncool. So, that being said, playing guitar is cool if you practice it and if you're good at it and if you're not pretentious about it. So, yeah, if you have any questions or comments, you know, leave them down there. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll be putting out more series in these kind of videos or whatever. And now I'm just going to kind of play around with these 4 modes or 2 modes and 2 patterns, however you want to look at it. Once again, I'll be playing C sharp minor using the Aeolian mode and pattern 1 of the minor blues pentatonic scale. And I'll also be using the Mixolydian mode and pattern 5 of the pentatonic scale. So, this time I'm going to crank it up a notch, and I'm not going to assign things. I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. So. So I was just kind of, you know, messing around. You can see, hopefully, kind of the stuff I'm doing. But that's all I was using was those 4 things right there, doing all that crap. Now, technically, I was using a 5th mode, which is called the 3 note per string pattern, which would be something along the lines of... So that's basically taking the Mixolydian and the Aeolian and mashing them together, which is kind of cool because it gives you this. You can do a lot of cool stuff like that. You get a lot of cool sounds out of that. So, we'll get that after we do this. I'll teach you that. Might sprinkle it in there, you know, the thing for a little bit. But, yeah, that's it. Practice.